Welcome everybody to the VAIL VRML Season 4 Week 1. My name's Nightfire with 2 E's. I'm joined by nobody. My name isn't right on this thing. Hate to see it. Hold on. I'll become chumbait for a brief moment and then be Nightfire. As we do get ready for it, the action will go ahead and give the players the ready up. We're diving into the EU side of things in the first week of the new season with a new team, Relentless EU, coming in to this rotation in Season 4. A team that does have familiar faces. Names that have come from Acer EU and other top teams in the EU region banding together to play on Relentless EU. IV, a team you may be familiar with, and we're already getting into the action here as Meiru Day is where we're taking things for round number 1 and map 1 of this series. On the defense, we've got the Relentless squad. On the offense, we start with IV taking the reins, and we'll see how the things roll out for them in our opening sequence here. Nice little nade over the top. Seeing if Gooblin, finding the early pistol kills up through the middle. The setup seemingly over to A side. I think they're trying to draw the defense over, and we need to do a little audio adjustment on our end. Just touch that down a bit. As, yeah, they put all the attention and distraction over to B, only for A site to be the real push. Scanner in the hands of Knock. And that nade catches one behind Knock. Imagine gonna throw the flash, crosses the stairs, swings the corner, goes down to Brooklyn, swings for another, and they pick up the double. Azarf here in defense, trying to fend off the one attacker, No Name, swinging out to find three right in front of their face, and Relentless EU with a very clean defensive round one. Take an early lead. Someone in chat, if I watched at half speed, would I get more stream per stream or less? Well, you'll be able to digest some of these fast plays because you're definitely going to see some this afternoon. These two teams, very familiar with the game. Relentless EU, again, not a squad that's new to the game, new to the league as a team. But these players very comfortable with the likes of VAIL. Oh, that's a good nade. No Name almost catches one. Tabs drops off, chucks a nade of their own. That doesn't quite connect. B-site seems to be on the menu. You can see on your overhead the 2-1-2 split. Ivy really just trying to figure out where this defense is positioned. Looking for a pick to kind of kick things off. Nice swing out from Azar. Finds the first at B. B-site seems to be where the play is coming in. Everyone rotated here. No utilities connected really on offense yet for IV.
Seconds remaining.
Nice pickup from Azarf. Boinkman has a couple of kills last time with the pistol. They're looking for more here. Can't quite find it. Still Abita standing in the smoke. Swings out but doesn't get the kill. And the rotation from the defense coming in with 3 alive, excuse me, on the offense. Make it 2. 2v2 scanner down 40 seconds for this defense to rotate and interrupt this scanner. Bit of utility coming into the back line. Azarf trying to flash out, gets pinched. Gooblin getting swung by Tabs, and now Tabs, after picking up the double, gets the interrupt. And Relentless EU cling on to another point, but definitely came close. In our first rifle round, there's only one left alive. I think that's a good indicator that this series is probably going to be pretty solid back and forth. Shout out to everyone tuning in this afternoon. I do appreciate you. It's kind of interesting, you know, we just came from casting IV, the Cadet squad, the EU squad over in Orion Drift. Gooblin comes from that team as well, so playing in both OD and the VAIL team. I don't know that everybody is doing that on the IV squad, but it's pretty impressive nonetheless from Gooblin's end. Coming in so many VRML games at the end of the day is a nice utility bit. Comes in from a beta, catches Imagine. That utility almost catches a beta. A-site seems to be the play here. The smoke down and scanner front and center. They finally do catch the kill. Azarf rotating around to defend A. But look at this, the counter rotation. Azarf reads it, hears it, tries to swing around, gets the scanner down, but quickly gets picked off, and IV put their first offensive point on the board. Took them a bit of time, but we're nearly halfway through the first half of map 1, and so far, Relentless EU performing above my expectations. Quite frankly, I wasn't sure what we were going to get this afternoon. Aggressive defensive push here from Accurate. They're going to hear all of this nonsense over at A. Give the call-outs for the rotation. And catch the first kill onto Goblin. Make it a double. A nice pickup here from Accurate. Quick couple of refrags. Bring things back in control for IV. And a good rotation from Tabs on the backside. Forces the peel off from this swing underneath. And a nice timing for Nock to pop up off those stairs. Good thing they decided to commit to that rotation fast, because if Nock wasn't there on those stairs, they would have not found that kill. They would have been picked off on the rotation from the defense. And now what do? 2v2. Everyone's rotated B on the Relentless squad. Ivy Cadet still obviously focused A. I like the drop back in the mind games, because, yeah, you would think you'd switch B after A not working, but they're going to go back, straight back to A, just take a bit of a reset.
Seconds remaining.
And goes down. Scanner gets planted. Nock swings for one. Ring around the rosy as Azarf is here, silently crawling. Will find the ankle, but not before Nock does. 2v2 turns to a 1v1, turns to a 2. Versus 2. In our first half of map 1. Into a 2-2 series. That's what I was looking for. I was like, what is the... How do I say this? Take a quick look at the scoreboard. Kills pretty evenly spread. We do jump around to some pre-fire, some guesswork. RVI going to try a different rollout here. You get 9 times to push these objectives. Arguably, you need 9 different plays to really effectively counter a solid defense like we're seeing here, honestly, from Relentless. They've let go of 2 rounds, but let's see how they react to a bit of a slower rollout. No real data or info coming in on either side yet. There's only a minute left on the clock. Azarf catches the first, and meanwhile, a trio here. Utility coming in. That's a good nade from Brooklyn. Broinkle. Brooklyn. Boinkley?
30 seconds remaining.
I don't know. You tell me. Accurate here. Hearing this rotation, the call should be that they're pushing B site, but the scanner's going to get all the way over. Nock's going to be able to plant it down relatively uncontested. That nade up over the top's not going to catch them out. And Dank finds the kill. Now a 3v3. HP not quite equal across the board. Definitely favors the defense here, but No Name with 1. There's a swing from Accurate for a free frag. No Name's just around the other side. Time ticks down on the scanner. There's the second. No Name's all that's left, and they find 1 of 2 that they need. Time, again, ticking down. 20 seconds left for Broinkley. To catch this kill and interrupt the scanner, they have to commit to the kill very soon, and this is good. They just are buying time. Finally catch the kill. Do they have enough to interrupt the scanner? 3, 2, 1. Wow, I don't think it gets much closer than that on the defuse.
Round starting.
Doesn't get much closer than that. Relentless EU back in the lead in round 6. And IVI finding a little bit of tough time here, picking up rounds, consistently at least. Azarf is trying to fight over for B site, getting smoked and pushed. It's too bad Imagine doesn't have the scanner. They could have planted, but they're going to get a wide swing in the head peek. Coming in from the defensive side there, up over the stairs. Accurate. Giving away that info. Again, no scanner on site quite yet. Accurate and Azarf are here still defending, though, as Dank finds one. Azarf finds the refrag, battling for site possession. They won't quite get it on the offensive side, and so now what do Nock and Gooblin do? I think the call is switch A, where no one is defending. Brinkley going to have to retake this site now. They were sitting there most of the time, but then when the pressure started to happen over at B, they rotated a little too early. The retake from the trio. Scanner's going to go down. A big swing from Nock. Very risky. In the smoke is Gooblin, who finds Azarf. Tucks back in with 1 HP. Going to have to force this defuse. It is coming in. Stays tucked down. Flies out for one. Picks up the double with 1 HP.
Round starting. Get ready.
Holy cow, what a clutch. We are into it now. 3-3, round 7, first half of map 1. Definitely delivering on a solid back and forth. I thought Ivy maybe really could run away in a big way with this series, because Relentless, coming in as a new squad, may have some challenges. I don't really seem to be having too many challenges right now, though. Again, a team that very familiar with the game. Player-wise, they're individual players of the team. Very skilled, coming from very skilled teams of past seasons. They know the angles. Nice pick up there, but look at this. Scanner is where we want to keep our eye, because ultimately that's what matters the most. It's where the offense will end up defending if they can get that scanner plant. So A site seems to be on the menu, and if you look at your overhead, you can see most of the defense stacked towards B right now. Abita could quickly rotate to Brinkley's position here at A, but not too quickly, as Ivy Nock creeps and crawls their way up right into scanner range. They hear Brinkley on the corner, and they'll surprise them with a kill. Now Scanner goes down in the rotation coming in. As we look at the overhead, getting caught out by No Name with a double. No Name looking for the third in the pinch, coming in from behind Abita. They're not quite ready for it. Imagine finds the kill, and IVI take the lead for, I think, the first time in this series. Last round of the half before we swap sides. Definitely a good half, I think, for IVI. On Meiru to go 4-3 on your offense feels pretty good. If they can go 5-3, I feel like it may be the nail in the coffin, so to speak, for Relentless EU. They may have a tough time taking offensive points, but I'm not sure. I feel like Meiru, pretty almost even split at the end of the day. Tabs catching a couple of stray bullets through the smoke there from No Name. Goes down to about half HP. Another couple of bullets takes them even lower. Nice pickup though from Tabs with such little HP. Dank trying to catch the rotation out, can't. And Tabs a real threat. Azarf just staying tucked in and silent. And Scanner, again, on its way over to A. Are they going to allow what happened last time happen again? I doubt it. Accurate's over here now on the stairs, ready and waiting for Nock to swing the corner. Nock may not have gun up here, and Accurate does take some shots early, giving away their defensive angle. Seen a bunch of folks in chat. Capsy, LMK, Iona, Fraza, Nero, Jay, Farrell's, Beans, Blazer, Pike, thank you all for tuning in. Hanging out and enjoying the action this fine eve. Let's pop over to where the scanner is going to be moving to. No name, Knock, both here. Ooh, and Knock catching a good rotation on the backside. They still haven't gotten rid of the frontline defense of Beta with a nice stack frag on the No Name. Dang, gonna push forward, and there's Azarf in the corner, finally popping out for the double.
We're switching sides.
Very patiently waited. Down to the 4-4 though for map 1, and how does the side swap impact these teams? We will find out what IVI are bringing to the defensive table and what Relentless are going to do on the attack. Chaotic entry into this round with so many nades coming in. Smoke's giving away position with audio cues, so Knock knows there's one behind and one down on stairs, and Knock and Dank do the dirty work and find the kills. Knock will get that interrupt. Gooblin with the thumbs up, and IVI off to the races on their first pistol round. A little celebratory dance from Gooblin there. You love to see that.
Round starting.
Solid round nonetheless from IVI to take the early lead. Could be more of that, or will we see a little bit of a fight here from Relentless EU on the offense? I really don't know what we're going to get from them on the attack with the full kit here. That's certainly one way to start, getting a very early kill on a Knock. No Name catches one through the boxes there. And Gooblin with another onto a Beta, just picking off the individual rotators coming into this site. Azarf is here, trying to help their teammate Accurate push up with scanner in hand. So much utility as Broinkley catches Ivy Imagine on the back line of A. Forces a rotation of one of the defenders back to A site because they don't know if that is Scanner. So Dank fighting Broinkley. In the meantime, Scanner does rotate, so Accurate comes flying in through the mid. They're here, but Dank finds and clears the one of two attackers left. Gooblin with another, and now it's all up to Azarf. Picks up a triple. They do not. It's IVI, 3 left alive, and a 6-4 lead in map number 1. Yeah, I do appreciate everyone tuning in, hanging out. On a bit of a delay, but it doesn't mean I can't shout you out for stopping by and chatting. I do really appreciate you participating in the VRML. Whether you're watching or playing in the leagues or supporting your favorite player or team. If you don't know, IVI is a squad that has multiple teams in the VRML as Azarf catches Knock. Kill on the other side of the map. Imagine patiently waiting to spring their trap here onto Broinkley, and they'll catch one. Gooblin with another on the other side. A battle unfolding for a double kill with Gooblin, and Imagine with a kill of their own. It leaves Abita alone with scanner in hand in a 1v2. Not impossible by any means. Imagine pretty low on HP. Abita full. Goblin also full. But they know, well, close to it. 75%.
30 seconds remaining.
Time may be the biggest factor here at this stage. 20 seconds on the clock. Going to go for the scanner plan, I think, without getting the full clear on the space. No, they are going to go for the full clear. They don't have enough time, frankly. 10 seconds left. Yeah, they have to go for the scanner. 8. They're going to get it down. Okay, now they go for the fight. But, oh, that didn't last long. Goblin, in the process of them trying to get that plant, sent themselves for a rotation. IVI will take a clean interrupt there and increase their lead. 2 away from taking map 1. Relentless EU on the hunt for their first offensive point still. You know, I think, see someone said, Broinkley, commenting on Broinkley's name, I think you often don't think about your name being said in a broadcast. Tab suffering a disconnect. Azarf with a double. Goblin and Knock going down. IV in a rough spot on defense. Going to have a tremendous retake here. His no name tucks into some smoke. Scanner goes down and everyone starts to drop back. Not before losing 1 or 2. In the back line is no name there. Accurate still alive. Scanner is down. Accurate going to try and get a nade out towards it. The smoke going to indicate that the rotation's coming, but not in time for no name. And the first point for Relentless EU. They didn't need all 5 on their team to get it, but they got it. Their first offensive point. And that was nice. That was a bit, I don't know, the aggressive pace obviously working a bit better than the more methodical stuff, so we'll see what they go with only 4 in the lobby now. They will only have 4 this round, even if the 5th does join. Best you can do is reconnect dead. Here comes the aggression. Nades, utility again, repeating what worked. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. There are some adjustments being made here. Knock in the corner, finds 1, looks for 2, can't pick up more than that. Scanner going to start to go down. Does go down, not before costing them their life. 2 left alive. They get 1 on the offense for Azarf. With a slice of HP and the scanner down, they won't be able to hold off the retake. IVI with a quick answer back. Going to set it up to be 8-5 here in map 1. Map point is where we're headed. Not sure what happened to Relentless EU on their 5th. If they can get them in the next 10 seconds, they'll be able to join the lobby, but doesn't look like it. Not going to have a 5th for another round. Unfortunate when they were sort of battling back pretty strongly against IVI. No name going to identify the rotation again, going for what worked for them last time. Goblin catching an early kill though, and nice pickup there. Again, a double. The push up through the smoke gets shut down and denied. Leaves Accurate as the last one alive. No name will scoop up the kill, and IVI lock in their map 1 win. A very clean defensive rotation. Offense a little bit more of a struggle. And we'll see where we go for map number 2. I do think we may have to do some technical adjustments here, so do bear with me. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, map number 2 between IVI and Relentless EU. If you are just tuning in, subscribe to the channel. Become a member. The membership The cost of a membership comes back to folks like myself and members of the staff of VRML that are supporting and helping run these leagues for you on a day-to-day basis. We really do appreciate the financial support. It means a lot to us, and if you're able to, it does end up keeping the lights on. Additionally, we're giving all sorts of membership benefits like exclusive live streams and YouTube videos that'll be coming out in the near future. There's exclusive VIP channels in the Discord for members, and obviously your emotes that you're able to post in YouTube chat. The membership, again, not required, but if you are able to do something, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the stream. That's free and doesn't cost you anything. Like I said, we're getting ready for map 2. We'll be right back with more action in just a minute. Welcome back, everybody. We are getting ready to dive back into the action for map number 2 of this best of 3 series between IVI and Relentless EU. For those of you just tuning in, you missed map 1. Relentless EU put up a good fight, better than I expected, quite frankly. But we'll see how they do here today on our second map on Sunna, where we have on the offense the Relentless EU squad, and on defense to kick things off, the IVI team. Our pistol opener here on Sunna. We'll see how it goes. Relentless EU already off to the races with an early kill. Blankley finding the first. Second going on to Gooblin. With good utility, scanner does go down. The retake here coming in not so hot from IVI. Their pistol round couldn't have gone worse, quite frankly, as Relentless EU storm through things map 2. Very fast opening round. Rifles in hand. We'll see what the approach looks like. It could be opening up a heavy push onto this B site here. No Name trying to fend things off and cannot. Imagine drops down into the alleyway. Is absolutely surrounded, and the retake is so far away from them. Scan will go down, but they will go down as well. Imagine not able to live long there. And IVI not having a good opening defensive sequence here on Sunna. Relentless EU looking very strong. Pistol round, not a single person dead, and now into round 2, and only one has dropped so far. That'll be it. 8 seconds left, no time to interrupt. They no longer have to defend the objective, and they push off to attack Gooblin. 3 left alive here. Round into their hands. Gooblin with a double. Couldn't quite get more than that. Doesn't matter much more than giving them a few bits of cash in their pocket. At the end of the day, though, a 2-0 lead here in round 2. Relentless EU, well, this seems a little bit familiar. I think they took an early lead in round 1 as well. It was on the defensive side, though, not offense. And it is Sunna, so a little different in terms of how it gets on the round trade-wise. You know, I feel like maybe it's a little more offensive-sided than defense. Nice nade there. Broinkly going to catch Imagine on the site. At B, everyone here. On the short corner is No Name, and they won't find anyone quite yet. Dank through the smoke catches one, and in the chaos, we're left with Knock on defense in a 1v2. Flash going to not hit them. They stay tucked in, fly out for the challenge, and Azarf is the one that wins it. It's a relentless assault on offense right now as they're up 3-0, not giving a whole lot of room for IVI to work or wiggle out of this one. I see Jay in chat complimenting how IVI made it look easy in map 1, but I think Relentless are making it look easy here in map 2. Oh, and Knock couldn't stay undetected there too long. Abita picks up a double. Utility comes in a little too late. 3 left alive. Scanner on site and going down. Imagine does catch one on the swing. Picks up the second. No Name's here as well, and it's just Broinkly alone in a 1v3 to defend the scanner. And Gooblin will be the one that finishes it off and finally gets IV on the board. Imagine going to be able to get that interrupt with plenty of time left, and maybe this is IVI bouncing back. Relentless EU caught a couple of points early in map 1, the early rounds, and then were basically shut down the rest of the map. So maybe IVI is starting to figure out the pace, the strategy. Their preferred play, at the very least, seems to be for that B site, and IVI adjusting. We'll see how this goes, though, because they're anticipating B again, and it's definitely not going B. A site is where the pressure is coming. Gooblin going to have to do a lot alone on the corner here as they swing out into 2. They'll go down fast. The rest of the team trying to rotate into defenders that are ready and waiting. Broinkly catching No Name nicely there. Push coming in from Dank. Scanner goes down. Plenty of time to work here. Oh, inaccurate, getting accurate. Catches a nice kill there. Knock. Gonna try and do it alone, but can't, and another point for Relentless. Feels a little different than Map 1, that's for sure, as Map 2 goes their way time and again. Again, I appreciate you all stopping by and hanging out. Hit the subscribe button if you can. We do appreciate that free support. If you're able to give it, hit the thumbs up button while you're here. Come back for an Orion Drift game maybe later today, as here's the swing from Gooblin and Dank. Gooblin with the double. Oops, that's the big replay. Didn't mean to play that yet, but it's okay. The round ended anyway. Everyone else went down.
Round starting.
IVI very quickly snag an offensive point. Or, excuse me, felt like offensive point the way they attacked defensive point. Knock trying to dodge the nades while still maintaining position on B site. Imagine battling, finds one. Can't get more than that. Dank taking some shots. Knock through the smoke will go down. Azarf catches that one out. Dank still on the underside of this. Crossing catches one. And the rest of this offense getting picked apart, leaving Accurate alone with a slice of HP in a 1v3. "45 seconds left. Scanner down and guarded by the defense. Dank will eventually pop up and catch the kill, and maybe we have another tied half here if IVI have anything to say about it. Would be certainly a good bounce back for them, as Relentless EU came barreling in round 2 with a 3-point lead. Oh, what happened there? No Name didn't reload their gun, had it on single shot? I don't know, but they didn't get the kills they were hoping for. Tabs finds that refrag. So much resistance to that middle play with a big kill here on the knock. I'm going to say this one's going to be tough. 4 alive in Relentless EU. Do not allow it to go 4-4. Take the lead. 2 points, 5-3, and a side swap. Flashes here. Brinkley and Azarf catching kills. Utility playing a key factor there. IVI having a hard time putting points up here in map number 2. Pretty crazy for our first series of the season to be this close, but... Oh, what an aid! Happy we tuned into it. Ooh, and a nice kill. Broinkley with a couple of big ones there. Shuts down the offense. Scanners down, and Gooblin has to push to site now.
Seconds remaining.
I don't know if he has this much time for the rotation, but they're going to go for it. I like the defense tucking in, not even needing to bounce out. Gooblin not going to have time, and Relentless EU playing that one very safe. They're recognizing the danger that IVI present, even as solo players. Three-point lead now, and getting closer to that map 2 victory for Relentless EU. Just wait for IVI to roll out here, taking their time on the push. They do catch the front line defender. Another one goes down in the middle. It leaves a Beta here on the short to catch up a double. The other side goes down, and it is going to come down to Knock and the duo here between him and Imagine to defend against Azarf and Abita. 2v2. Kind of a big point for IVI here. If they can get this, they start to chip away at that lead. If they don't, things get closer and closer to map 2 going the way of Relentless. 20 seconds left. Not a lot of time to work with. Good coordination, though. Catches the first. Here comes Abita on the short corner. Doesn't need the help. Catches the kill. 8 seconds left. Do they get their hand on it in time? I think they do. Should have plenty left. Like 1 second on the clock. They'll catch it, and Relentless snagging a big clutch point. That one, I think, really mattered a lot, especially the way they got it off of the clutch kills. Not what you would anticipate happening, frankly. If you were to watch map 1, you'd think, okay, IVI going to clutch up these moments, but we're seeing Relentless EU doing a nice job here on map 2 of fighting back. .4v4, taking a bit of a pause. Again, IVI trying to slow things down, playing fast, hasn't quite worked for him too well. Trading blows there. Azarf able to find the kill back. Keep things even. 3-3. Abita here just a round or two ago to pick up a double. Gublin catches Abita. Azar's all that's left on site, and Knock will catch the kill. Scanner in their hands. They're going to go for the plant. Big rotation from Tabs. They're going to get here after the scanner's planted, and now things become a bit of a challenge for Tabs. Oh, and Tabs catches the kill on a Knock, even though Knock knew where they were. Another clutch play coming in. I missed the kill.
Match point.
Tabs didn't miss. 8-3. Map 2 could go in commanding form to Relentless EU. This could be a 9-3 Map 2 win to take us to a Map 3 decider on Kitty. Wonder where the push is going to be focused initially. And here it comes. Broikley going to try and counter utility this push. The nade doesn't quite connect. They get caught out by a nade though themselves, and now the push coming in very strong from IVI. Where's the retake and how does it work? Accurate's here in the corner. Tabs pushing up through the mid. 2v3. Scanner still doesn't go down. Finally gets dropped. Yeah, and this retake not easy. Tabs, their position known. Gublin will go down, but Dank on the refrag, and IVI hang in there. And Map 2. We're going to have match point. If IVI have anything to say about for the next 5 rounds. I don't know if that's going to happen. They're going to need 5 in a row on offense. But that's what they are pursuing right now is Relentless EU. Again, just need that last point. Sometimes that last one's the hardest to get.
Scan started.
I'm back. Sorry. A little chaos there. Abita with a big kill. Accurate's going to need one. Abita's going to need this one here in the corner. Accurate catches Gooblet. How is this happening? Everybody goes down. And Accurate's left alive. Relentless EU interrupt the scanner and take us to a Map 3 decider. Our first series of the VAIL regular season takes us to a Map 3. I don't know if that's ever happened, but here we go. All tied up on the series. Map 1 on Meiru, Map 2 on Sunna, Map 3. Do we go Frio, do we go Cliffside, or do we go Kitty? We have options now. It's not just going to be the default Kitty map like I had initially said. Could very well be any one of the other 3. We'll let the teams know we're good to go for map number 2. Excuse me, map number 3, and we should be diving in soon. A big shout out to everyone tuning in, hanging out, and enjoying this series, because this is a good one to kick off the VAIL regular season. And are we going to go somewhere that I haven't been? We are indeed. Map number 3 going to take us to a new location. One that I think is maybe the smallest map that's in VAIL, because we're headed to Frio. We don't even have an intro for this map yet. Not the smallest map by any means, but a small. It feels tight just because of the construction. They certainly are a lot closer than something like Kitty, though. Right into it we go. B site's going to be where the play unfolds. Everyone clamoring in. One goes down already. Accurate picks up the first kill. No Name getting flanked. Pushed. Everyone overwhelming on defense on the Relentless EU squad. And another point into their pockets right off of a Map 2 victory. This could be a little bit of a chaotic map. Site getting taken over. Scanner going to go down. The swing out from Azarf gets caught out. And the plant goes down into a 2v2. Off the backside, the swing comes in from Knock. They'll go down. Abita, on the other hand, catching a double. And where's the interrupt on the scan? That's the question. Ensign goes down, and Abita gets caught out by Dank. Just over the stairs. We're tied up 1-1 in map 3. Oh yeah, this is going to be an interesting way to end this series, that's for sure. Imagine going down so fast. Dank here now stuck in the corner. Catches one. Nice pick up there. Accurate with No Name on the other side. Ooh, and they could continue to be this threat here as they do rotate around for more. Get caught out by Knock, reading that one nicely. I just realized we don't have a mini-map for this one. As we do get into it. 3v2, a site open and on the menu. Azarf here. Tucked in. Trying to be as quiet as they can. That Ensign could give things away if it connects. Not going to touch Azarf, though. It's very close. Abita, Knock, trade, B site completely theirs. Now Azarf alone in a 1v3. catches the first of two they need. Long way to go to get to B site, though. 30 seconds left. Plenty of angles to clear. Flash going to come in. Nazar's going to try and bait the scanner out. That nade coming in. It's a good toss. The swing from Knock, and they catch the kill. IVI squeeze away a lead here. The first lead they've had in a little bit since map number 2. As they are on the board. What's the defense for Relentless EU do to adjust to this? It's pretty early. Three rounds in. Not even halfway through our first half of map 3. Nice swing out from Broinkley. Catches one. They maybe I'll get two. Nope. Doesn't quite get the rotation, which is coming in. Nades and utility crashing around them. Shots up through the mid. Dank getting caught out running, and Azurf and Accurate finish things off. Gublin and Dank go down, and we keep things even. 2-2, map 3. What a great way to kick off the regular season for VAIL here. Season 4, Week 1. We're coming down to a 3-map decider. It's tied 2-2. We're on a new map. It truly doesn't get much better than this. Utility nades coming out over the top. Tabs not quite connecting. Goat trying to swing up. Accurate trying to fend off this aggressive rotation. And Tabs is actually the one that catches the kill out. Meanwhile, Imagine on a slow rotation up towards site. Going to try and catch Broinkley in the corner. Scoops up one. Are they going to be ready for more? There's another defender there in the corner. They heard the shots. There's another one here in front of them. They're getting good information. Abita somehow kills themselves. I think they fell off the side of the map. Tabs and No Name trade back and forth, and now a 2v3. All that's left is these two defenders on both sites. As I say that, Accurate, excuse me, Azarf thinking about rotating over to Accurate. Utility and nades coming in here. The pressure definitely coming towards A's site. They'll get scanner down and I'll leave it up to Accurate on the retake. Nice SMG swing from Imagine there, and IVI take back the lead 3-2. Could just keep trading at this pace, quite frankly. Could be headed to that sweet, sweet overtime series decider. God, and you've just seen such a great understanding of the map from both of these teams. Their utility placement. The smokes here doing a great job denying movement without giving away audio cues. So they know Dank is here based off of the cough when he went through that smoke. Nice peek from Broinkley. Tabs does their job as well, and now swings for the double. Can't catch Gublin up through the middle. 3v4. Nice kill there from Azar. They get aggressive with it and pick up a double. Be able to make it 3, they do.
Round starting. Get ready.
Look, you see the double and the triple. Wow, that's pretty cool. Double replay to tie us up 3-3. Map 3, first half. Dead even. I feel like this is probably a defender-sided map. Very early to determine that, though. They definitely caught this Relentless EU team off guard with this kind of push. Getting super aggressive, barreling into sight, overwhelming the defense, leaving it all up to Accurate, who's 5-3 on the half, but gonna have to pick up a triple to clutch this one. Not going to be easy, and definitely wasn't. IVI, very little HP left on both players, but they do take the round. 4-3 in map 2, excuse me, the first half of map 3. But it was also 4-3 in map 2, and then it went 5-3 to Relentless, so 4-4 map 1. This Relentless squad has been keeping it very close against IVI today. A side is on the menu, that's for sure, as everyone goes down on Relentless, and it leaves Abita alone in a 1v5 with Scanner down on site. Not going to go their way as IVI wake up. Lean into a bit more of a positive, aggressive play style here. And, you know, on a small map like this, it might be hard to rotate fast. So if you do kind of full send to an objective, it may be difficult for that team to get there in time on a rotation to get everybody back. So I don't know. The full press definitely worked. Scanner going to get easily planted here. Relentless EU looking good on their opening pistol round. No one shooter standing out here except for Gooblin. Scanner down, 20 seconds left, and the defense has tucked in. Didn't see a way out of that one for...
Round starting. Get ready.
I think that was Gooblin there pushing forward, and so a nice pickup from Relentless EU. Here we're talking again about that fast pace working out. Accurate barreling in, catches one, gets traded down. Scanner getting planted in the chaos. But defense is relatively close by, both Imagine and Gooblin. Right here. Imagine connects with a nice flash. Gooblin and Imagine both trying to pinch these two that are trapped in this corner. Doesn't matter. Relentless EU pop out on the attack. Catch their kills, tie it up, 5-5 map 3. The first regular season game of Season 4 has taken us to a map 3 decider and is tied halfway through the last half of the map. See Reality on VR jumping into the exciting opening week series here. Abita just catching Imagine completely off. No name with one on the back. There They're going to lose site control, though, so the duo here are going to have to do some big damage. Oh, and there's a swing from Azarp. Perfectly timed double kill. Oh, and that's a really good bait tank. Completely distracted, drawn out. 10 seconds left. Can't stick the interrupt. Will get caught out over on site. Relentless EU with a very fast 3 rounds on the attack. Retake their lead 6-5. IVI having a hard time defending against this assault. And it's like Relentless EU understood that, hey, if you can full press the site, it's going to work more consistently. At least that's what's worked the last 2 times. They've gone B, now then A. Now they're going back to B, it seems, as a full team. Uh-oh, and everything goes wrong. The entire team getting picked off by nades and a swing from Dank. Absolutely denies the momentum. Imagine pushes the matter on the end, and let's just go ahead and take a look at that. Blast down of this squad again. The nade there connects 1, 2, and then the third from No Name. 2 double kills. Very quickly shutting down this Relentless offense. That's the risk you take when you do full stack, is that you can all die instantly as well. Oh, and Dank with a double. Whoops, didn't mean to go full screen, but it's okay. A site getting taken here as Dank swings out, trying to defend, catches one, and on the other side, No Name with a kill. IVI back in the lead. Things go as fast as they come. 7-6, the lead transferring hands with 2 rounds left to go for them to take the series. Winner takes all, very much so here. Like a good one, still tucked in. On site, trying to be a threat. Gets picked off eventually, so A is going to get taken. Nice defense from Nock, though. Shuts things down. Looks for more. Can they find it? They're tucked in on site and making it hard for this team to work forward. There's one. Looks for 2 through the smoke. Dives off in time to avoid getting killed. Azarp's all alone in a 1v3 with Scanner down on site. And they can't get more than the kills that they needed there, so it's back to series point we go. IVI in control off of Chaos, which is what this map sort of feels like, especially when you do full send. We've talked about full sends. We've talked about how they feel 50-50 sometimes in a game like VAIL in terms of if they're going to succeed. We've seen them work. We've seen them fail 50-50 for this Relentless EU squad. So now is the time for it to work. Do they keep flipping the coin, or do you split up? Do you slow things down? What is the play for Relentless EU? Well, it's overwhelm your opponent, find multiple kills while the UI is down, and scoop up a 7th point. 8-7. Map 3. We could go to overtime. This could be an insane opener for Season 4. The first cast of Week 1 takes us to a 3rd map, an unknown map, a map that neither of these teams we've seen play on. And we've certainly seen both of these teams play, although Relentless EU, again, new to the season, but not player-wise. Very familiar players, Acer EU players. Players that have been at the top of the EU region. And a new squad. It's fun to see. Relentless EU definitely challenging IVI right now to the brink of what they can do. Slowing things down across the board. Nobody's died in the first 30 seconds, and that's a big change of pace. I had to say something as Gooblin finds the first. Made up over the top from Gooblin, doesn't connect. Accurate. Up through the middle, finds one, can't get two. Knox shuts that one down. Meanwhile, we start to split our attention here. Knock picks up two, and it leaves Abita alone. Scanners down, 4 alive for IVI, and somehow Relentless EU could not overcome. Oh, there's one. This IVI squad. Abita has a 1v4 in front of them. Their position now given away off that smoke. 40 seconds to work with. Can't get all 4, and IVI will lock in a opening week Series W. But Relentless EU said, hey, we're here to play this season. We're a team that is going to be challenging you at the top, and just because they had a bit of a tough start doesn't mean that they're not somebody that's going to be back at the high end of EU in the VAIL space. So hats off to Relentless EU for coming in to Season 4 playing as strong as they did, but they could not overcome the coordination from IVI that's been brewing for multiple seasons at this point. A fantastic series to tune into, though, and a big shout out to everyone that did stop by. Hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button. That's a free option for you right now. But if you do want to support us financially, then you certainly can. You can become a member. It's a lot like subscribing on Twitch. You get exclusive premium emotes that you can use right here on this YouTube channel and any other YouTube channel. But then you also do get exclusive members-only live streams, members-only YouTube vids that we will be releasing soon. We have some stuff in the works, some concepts for what you would be able to see if you were members-only for live streams that we're working on. But also 10% off of merchandise on the Exclaim store for members and exclusive Discord chats. And I think you get an exclusive tag if you are a YouTube member in Discord. So a couple of perks. We're working on expanding those perks for YouTube members, but for the moment, that's what those are. And if you do become a member, that money goes back to supporting folks like myself and the staff that helps support and run the VRML. It really does help a lot, and makes it possible for us to do stuff like this more often. So we really do appreciate it. But that'll be it for me here on the desk. My name has been Nightfire with 2 E's. Until next time, stay classy.
VAIL VRML is brought to you by XLab, Exclaim, Helga, the esports manager, HyperX, ProTube VR,